Hey everybody, Ian Lee here. Hope y'all are doing well, as always. Um, in today's reflection, I want to talk about making mistakes, what it means to make a mistake when we're playing music, when we're expressing ourselves, when we're improvising, etc. Um, and talk about the negative spirals we can get caught in around those mistakes, whether we're judging ourselves or others, how we can reframe what it means to make a mistake, and as always, look for more opportunities to see potential, growth, love, change, respect, all the greater things, the things that are strengthening and opening rather than contracting and weakening. Okay, so I'd like to look at two quotes that I personally love around making mistakes. Um, and one's from Miles Davis, and one is from Barry Harris. So the Miles Davis one is pretty infamous, I think. It says, "Do not fear mistakes, period." I think the punctuation is important there. There are none. And of course, the Barry Harris quote is, "The moment you make a mistake, that's improvisation." Now, those are two wonderful quotes that I think leave a lot of room for thinking and chewing. And of course, as we walk around with these kinds of things, these kind of quotes from the masters, they can really grow with us, and we can deepen with them over time as we grow and change. So let's look at the Miles Davis quote. "Do not fear mistakes, there are none." It's really true. I mean, there aren't any wrong notes or bad notes or wrong rhythms or anything. It doesn't mean that you don't want to play in a band that's playing out of time or is disjointed, or we're all playing Honeysuckle Rose in the key of F and this person over here is playing in the key of D. That's not really what we're looking for or meaning in this conversation in the greater context. But when you are in the middle of doing your improvisation, or whatever genre or style you're playing in, of course, I think this is all relevant. When there is that kind of flub moment, that moment where you go for something and you don't go where you intended to go, or something different is happening than you expected. Um, Maybe the band does something different, or the drummer makes a little something different. That's okay. There are no mistakes really. That's just a label we give to things when they're not behaving as we want them to or as we expected. So that's the first one. And let's look at the Barry Harris one a little more. The moment you make a mistake, that's improvisation. Now that's a really cool one. Um, and here's my spin on it. I think everybody could interpret this differently, but just here's my own take. Um, Really, what is improvisation in jazz? In music in general, of course, but being more of a jazz-centered channel here. Um, Improvisation is ideally playing music that was not premeditated. It's just the spontaneous flow of what's happening through all the work and the listening and the years and the practice and the time and the love, etc. It's just the music just poof, pouring out. So what I think Barry is saying there is that when you make the mistake, you're really playing something you didn't intend to play. Well, is that not improvisation? Sounds like improvisation to me. So why get caught in it? Why get lost in it? Why go down this negative spiral until like, oh God, I made a mistake, And maybe not everybody's like that. I know I've been like that in my own musical life, which is why I speak on these things. Being too hard on myself, coming off stage and just going into a really, nasty space and beating up on myself. And it's just not worth it. There's so many better ways to use our time. And we can reframe these things. So let's take mistakes and look at them in some different lights and perspectives. Um, for example, we're always thinking and asking teachers and reading books on like what to practice, how do I practice, where do I practice, what do I practice? Well, if you make a mistake on something, that's what you practice. That kind of answers that question, doesn't it? I think it does. You're having trouble with that one part of the tune. Well, instead of coming home and working on the part of the tune that you're really killing it on, go work on the part of the tune that you're not doing so hot on. Are you having trouble in a certain position or a certain place on the guitar or the violin or whatever instrument you play? Uh, do you keep forgetting the lyrics to one spot if you're a singer? Well, that's your work. I mean, that's a great way to look at a mistake. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. It's you showing yourself, oh, that's the next part of the road I have to travel on. Okay, great. Wonderful. It's an opportunity and a doorway into something different. The great Texas blues guitar player, Steve Ray Vaughan, used to say that some of his favorite things he's ever played started off as what he thought was a mistake. He's playing, he goes for something, whoops, and then it leads into something just like beautiful. And he's like, whoa, I would have never played that had it gone the way I thought I wanted it to go. So this is the fun of it, the joy of it. I think the bigger picture is we can always stand to relax a little more. We can always approach ourselves, the music, our fellows, our peers, our teachers, our students, with more love, respect, open-mindedness, kindness. I think it'll all be okay. Personally. Okay. All right, I'll keep it short, as I'm trying to do a little more of these days. Not ramble too much. I think y'all have heard enough. I hope this was helpful as per usual. If you did enjoy the video and you're liking these videos, please give it a like and subscribe. I'm posting it at least a couple times a week. That's my current goal. I sure do appreciate you for watching and being a part of this channel with me. All right, we'll talk soon. Have a great day.